Hello there, welcome to the library. I've got a busy afternoon planned. First I need to just carry out some of the more mundane jobs. I have some books to pop away. I have some books to retrieve from the shelves for customers at other locations. In a short while we have story time. Hope you can stick around for that. And in between I should be able to make some nice book recommendations. And I've just got a couple of emails to go through from people who want to join the library. Alright, so let's get some books popped away. Stephen King, The Shining, excellent choice. Gears of War, Asphalt Field. Dean Koontz, Demon Seed. Grady Hendrix, My Best Friend's Exorcism. We have Frozen Charlotte. Alex Belver. The Essential James Bond. Assassin's Creed, Brotherhood. Oliver Bowden. To ensure that our books come back as they leave, that is with uncreased spines, no folds, and certainly no notes in the margins. Crazy Horse and Costa. Wagamama Cookbook. Couple of Roald Dahl titles there. We have James and the Giant Peach and Fantastic Mr. Fox. For a cookbook there, A Soup for Every Day. A medical textbook here, the Will's Eye Manual. Excellent. We have the Good Samaritan. It's John Mars. We have The Intruders. James Patterson, The Noise. We have The Bees. And finally, one of our specials with the beautiful sprayed edges here. Rewitched. Excellent. Let's get to work on collecting some books from the shelves now. So I'm working from this list. So we have a couple of Stephen Kings here. The Institute and Doctor Sleep. We have some Dean Koontz, very popular here. Mr. Chunk on that one. We have some horrors. We have the, well, not the, but the Hex. What kind of mother? Hallows. I'll turn them this way so you can appreciate the beautiful colours there. John Wyndham, The Day of the Triffids. True Ghost Stories. Goosebumps, Ghost Camp. Okay, another Gears of War. Jacinto's Remnant. Ah yes, one of my favourites. Murder crime type, Patricia Cornwell. The Body Farm. What's the next one? Another beautiful book there. The Puzzlewood. Maybe next time. A couple more here, then we'll get the ones from the children's section, and a couple of biographies. Excellent. So they're going to a branch there. Okay, and let's complete the order. Ah, there we go. Super potato, bubbly trubbly. This is a popular one. Also little people. And sweet potato, the Great Escape. Just looking at the list, I think we had a Terry Pratchett. And on to biographies next. Roy Keane, autobiography. Bez and the Happy Mondays, was it? I think we have maybe one more. Ah, there he is. Eddie Izzard, believe me. That's all our orders. Right, now that those jobs are done, we on to the next task. into the library emails. We have 4 new members. So I need to just record their details down, ask them to come in with photographic identification via text message. So let's have a look who we've got. Final person. Right, so I'll get text messages sent out asking these to come in. Okay, that's another job completed. Excellent. It's just about story time now. Okay, we're just about ready for story time. As I've done before, I like to read a spooky tale based on a location in the Black Country or Staffordshire. Right, we are in the location of Milford. Apparently these are true stories, ostensibly speaking. Milford, between Stafford and Rugeley. This tale is called The Ghost on a Bike. So if you're ready, in June 1949, Wilf and Violet Daniels set out early to drive down to visit Wilf's sister in Sussex. They left Stafford at 6 o'clock and had just passed through Milford when they topped a rise. Ahead of them they saw a cyclist, a solidly built man wearing a dark serge jacket and trousers and riding an old-fashioned sit-up-and-beg bike. Wilf pulled out to overtake him, leaving him plenty of room. As the bonnet of Wilf's Standard 9 drew level with the bike's back wheel, the man and his cycle both disappeared. Wilf was absolutely astonished. I had seen the impossible, he recalled. In broad daylight, a solid figure pedalling a solid bike had vanished before my eyes. The hair on the nape of my neck bristled, and my spine had crushed ice slithering down it. He managed to stammer an awkward question to Violet, sitting beside him, with 2-year-old Michael on her lap, asking her whether she had seen anything. Pale-faced and trembling, she confessed that she too had seen the cyclist until he simply disappeared. When the Daniels family reached their destination, Wilf told his sister Dorothy about their experience. She was not surprised and informed him that the stretch of road between Milford and Rugeley had always been reputedly haunted. She thought it was something to do with a fatal accident in the area. Some weeks later, when Wilf was back at work, he was again recounting the incident. One of his colleagues, who lived at Great Haywood, about 2 miles from the stretch of road under discussion, was able to give Wilf more information. The accident that Dorothy referred to had occurred when a water engineer fell to his death down a deep shaft at a pumping station. This was situated in a walled garden opposite the lane to Weedman's Bridge. The man had choked to death at the bottom of the vertical bore shaft, and his body had been brought up by a fireman named Coghlan, who volunteered to be lowered down in a bucket. The dead engineer had always cycled to work along the stretch of road where Wilf and Vi had seen their vanishing ghost on a bike, and the spot had been the location of many strange sightings ever since his terrible, fatal accident.